live stream. It is just a typical evening. I have this lovely view, so I thought, hey, maybe I should share this view with my pals from the internet. So I am eating dinner. As a matter of fact, I haven't had a great evening, so I'm having some comfort food. Some mac and cheese. I know I probably shouldn't. I should have something healthy, but I just needed a little pick-me-up. A lot of you know that I have a food delivery job, and on Sunday I was working the job. Someone calls me, hey, the order that you just picked up has been canceled. I thought they were from DoorDash. While I have you on the phone, I noticed, hi Cookie, thanks for being here. I think you're the first one to say anything. Oh, and Miscellaneous BS, hey, welcome. Justin Hikes, yay, Tiny Fairy. Hello everyone, this is so fun. So many people hopped on so early. Back to the story I was telling. Get a phone call. The order you picked up just now, they canceled it, so I ate the chips. It was just chips from Qdoba, but they said, while we have you on the phone, we notice your account has been glitchy. Let's get you to reset your account so that doesn't happen. Okay, we'll email you a link to reset your password. You have to set your password to this specific thing, and then we'll go in, reset it, and then you can redo it. So bear in mind that I am in the middle of a work day. I do not have the time to go through all the assessments in my head. So I'm like, okay, sure, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Let's hurry up and get this sorted out so I can get back to making money, you know? Time is money, as they say. But then, come to find out, some money was transferred away from what I had earned on Sunday. And so today I called about that, and I thought the employee I had talked to had stolen from me. It turns out that it was a scam. It wasn't. It was a scammer I was talking to. I did question, like, you want me to reset my password to something that you are in on and you know? And they're like, yeah, it's the only way we can do this. You can tell because all the emails are coming from our official account. So, bit of a bummer on my day. And then, after I had sorted that out, actually before I finally got through to them, I was on a beach and I got stung on the bottom of a foot by a bee. So go through that whole waiting time, go through the phone call, find out I've been scammed, and then a dog runs up to me on the trail I was sitting on, and like I'm sitting in my beach chair because I was on the phone for so long. And this dog that's like my height because I'm sitting on the ground runs up to me, and I'm like, maybe if you're a dog owner you don't feel this way, but I really don't like it when dogs I don't know run up to me. You wouldn't want a person you don't know running up to you and getting up all in your business and invading your personal space, so why is it okay to let your dog do that to someone? Anyway, not having a great evening. So, that's my story. Thank you all for being here. Cookie, glad you enjoyed my JMT hike. Sarah, hey, welcome. Hey, Just Hookah. How's everyone doing today? I'm kind of in a bad mood, honestly, but that's how it goes. Joel, thank you for sharing your view with us. Oh, I love to. Michael, what's for dinner? Mac and cheese. Man, I needed some comfort food after a bummer of an evening. Let me show you this view a little more. Other than how you're propped up. Look at that. That's my stove. It kind of looks like a piano on camera. I'm not carrying a piano with me, contrary to popular belief. Pretty cool spot I'm in. If you're new here, I never talk about where I specifically am, but just know that I'm out west. At a beautiful spot. Hey, Wendy. Welcome to the chat. Glad you're here. And everyone else. What's everyone else having for dinner tonight? Or probably, especially where you all are, you're probably already done with dinner. I guess it's 7:30 here, so that is kind of late here. Hey, Jasuka says it looks like sitting in an airplane. Dude, it does. So true. It's a great view. Hey, Eric Scarl. Welcome to the chat, my friend. Where are you all having for dinner tonight, or what have you had? Beautiful views, thank you. It was a hard learning curve, you know, and that sucked because, like, if the same things would have happened during that scam as if it was just a normal day, I was chilling, I wouldn't have fell for it, I don't think. But because I was trying to hurry them along, it's just so annoying. But whatever, trying to move on from that. Justin having an IPA, that's exciting. I've been thinking about cracking open beer here in a minute. I'm glad to hear you're enjoying your IPA though, that's great. Wendy says, nice to see you so soon. Beautiful views for dinner. Thank you. That was. Although it is really windy though. I'm lucky that the wind is coming from that direction though, so that I can sit with my trunk open and it's not blowing me around. A second ago I had my sliding door open and it was like a wind tunnel in here. It was crazy. Internet person, hey, hey, hey. How are you today, friend? So glad you're here. Michael is eating some pho tonight, or pho. I think that's how you pronounce it. That is a really good dish. I love that. When I used to live in Texas, there was this pho place that me and my coworkers would go to. Even though it was in Marble Falls, Texas. It was delicious. And it's like, I am no health expert, but it's definitely better for you than like what I'm eating. Coastal had some shrimp, coleslaw, rice, green onion, all cut and fried. That sounds delicious. I bet it was amazing. Sarah had tacos with mango salsa. Ooh, yum. That sounds so good. And an IPA. Yay. Susan has some avocado on sourdough bread in your minivan in Mendocino. I've never heard of that place before. That sounds cool. And that sounds delicious too. Sourdough bread is my favorite. But I just got some. It tasted, I think I got the cheapest sourdough loaf I could find. And it tasted like white bread to me. So I'm thinking there's like degrees of sourdoughness. And you have to look out for the right one. CEO Meme says this is too late for me to stick around. I'll definitely watch it on Saturday. College classes started today. Oh, good for you. Going to college. Getting your work done. That's very responsible of you. Rod says, hi Maddie. Hope you had a great day. I did. I had a bit of a bummer evening, as I explained a little earlier in this live. But overall, it was a good day. Thank you for that reminder. I need to look at the big picture. Internet person had some ramen. Delicious. A person after my own heart. Tiny Fairy says, do your bracelets have any meaning? Yes, they do. One sec. Let me shovel some food in my mouth before it gets cold. I always do this when I'm trying to eat on lives. I think it's just because a lot of times I'm making dinner and I think, oh, I should do a live. I need to do them earlier in the day and not while I'm shoving food in my face. I did a horrible job cooking, and there's gonna be so much mess to clean up at the bottom of this pot. Oh well. So, on this I just have my watch. On this wrist, this bracelet is kind of getting dirty, but it says Saturn, which is my nickname at this camp that I worked at last summer 2021. My good friend that I visited when I went to Kansas made this for me, and it was so fun to see her again and be like, oh, I still have your bracelet. And this is just a hair tie that is extremely old and I need to get rid of. I just found this blue hair tie in my under the floor storage, so this one is about to get thrown away or used as a rubber band. I don't really throw a lot away, especially hair ties. You can reuse that as a rubber band if you're like rolling up some food or something. You always have to reuse, reduce, reuse, recycle. Susan McGuire says California coast near Oregon. Oh, that's so cool. I've been thinking, because I went from Oregon to the JMT, I had to go kind of quickly through Northern California, but that is on my list of a place to go back to and explore. SMM says, hi from Oregon. Not too smoky here, thankfully. Oh, good. Glad to hear it. Wendy had Taco Bell for dinner. Was babysitting the grandkids today and a little wore out. I did not feel like cooking. Dude, that's how I felt about making this mac and cheese. Sometimes you just gotta go for the easiest option. Joel says, I'm just eating some breakfast leftovers. Oh my gosh, my chair just fell down. It's so windy. My red chair that has become my thumbnail for my lives. Breakfast for dinner sounds good. Oh my goodness, bit of barbecue sauce. Oh, very inventive. That's so cool. Eric Scarl says, sorry, miss, while you were in a bad mood. I got scammed. I was working my food delivery job. Someone called me pretending to be that company, told me, hey, blah, blah, order's been declined. Also, while we have you on the phone, let's reset your account. It had just been an hour and I hadn't got any orders. So naturally I'm thinking something's up. So when they call me and say, hey, let's reset your account. Oh, okay, that makes so much sense. It was just an unlucky coincidence because to reset my account, they said you have to put this in as your password. We'll go in, we'll unlock it for you, and then you can change your password. And I was in too much of a hurry to really think it through, which it drives me crazy. But I'm trying to be like, it's water under the bridge. I did call their support phone number and I got the process started. So hopefully I'll get the money that was stolen from me back. They stole $400, which is what I had made so far in that weekend. This was just this past weekend. And it was just this evening where I figured out. Because I called them to be like, hey, I think one of your employees stole from me, actually, or something's going weird. And it wasn't one of their employees after all. Oh, well. I'm just trying to move on. I made some tasty dinner and chatting with you lovely folks. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Let's move on. Hey, just Hookah says it's too hot in California. Yeah, dude, I feel that. But I'm trying to do a lot of water activities these days. Like, there's a beach near where I am, so I've been to the beach the past 3 days. It's been amazing. I've loved it so much. And so, while it is very hot these days, I think in most places in the US and probably Mexico, and let's see, I'm trying to think of where else subscribers live. Australia, they're in winter right now. Europe, I don't think it gets, well, I guess it depends where you are in Europe and what you consider to be hot too. So anyway, Canadians probably, they might be a little hot up there too. Anyone from Canada here? Any non-US citizens in the house? Everyone comment your nationality. Anyway, why I started saying that was, yes, it's hot, but hopefully you can find something to cool you down in the heat. Internet person says, what's the most you drive in a typical day? I just got into New Mexico a couple days ago. 4-hour drive from where I was camped in Colorado. Ooh, that sounds rough. It really depends. I like my limit to be 2 or 3 hours. Sometimes I'll do 6 if I have to. If it's more than 6, it's like your whole day is just driving. So yeah, I try not to do that so far. That hike was intense. Yeah, well, I'm glad you got to go out, Susan. Gilbert says, will you be posting other videos on GMT? I think you mean JMT. Let me know. Not like it's a typo, it's not a big deal, but I just want to make sure I'm talking about, we're on the same page, we're talking about the same thing. Yes, JMT part 5 is coming out on Saturday, and then there's part 6 and part 7 that'll come out next week. And tomorrow is when I'm going to edit those because I haven't really started them yet, so whoops. But yes, more are coming out soon. Internet person is from USA. Gilbert is from Canada. Cookies from Missouri. Hey, just Hugas, California. LA. Jasper says, yay, card live chat. Great view. Thank you. Glad you're here. Glad you made it too. Michael says, good for you staying positive after being scammed. Thank you. I was really nervous to bring it up on this chat actually because, like, if someone was to say to me, like, oh, you should have known better, or like, oh, never give out passwords, whatever, that's just not what you need to hear. Looks like we got some more U.S. citizens in the chat. Wendy's from Indiana, Raj from Florida. Gilbert did me and John Muir Trail. Awesome, cool, glad we're on the same page. It's really interesting looking at the demographics of who watches my channel. I think the biggest countries are USA, Canada, Australia, maybe England, and the Philippines, which I wasn't expecting. In fact, I looked up, because this is around Christmas time when I was discovering this, and I think I posted something that was like, Merry Christmas or whatever holiday everyone's celebrating, and then I was like, what if there's a big holiday in the Philippines that a lot of my subscribers celebrate? Wouldn't that be so cool if I could wish them a happy that thing? But the winter holiday most commonly celebrated in the Philippines is Christmas. And now you know. Jay is from California. Oh, just like Hey Just Hookah. Very cool. And Susan is in California too. How fun. Coastal is from Alaska. And so you're in Nevada Mountains right now. Cool. Joel is from the USA but lived 23 years in Germany. That's pretty sick. Michael said visiting mom and brother in Idaho, but live in Palm Springs. Very cool. Oh, you all, the sky changed. Look. That looks so cool. In person, this is a little more purple than blue, and this is a little more pink than the reddishy color that's on right now. Oh, this is so fun. Aren't we lucky that the technology exists that we're able to hang out like this? That's so cool. Rod says, don't feel bad, hacked by Walmart. Oh gosh. Man, I'm sorry to hear that. That does make me feel better though, that I'm not alone in getting hacked. Thank you. Gilbert says, you have a lot of guts doing the JMT alone. Congrats, thank you. I was pretty nervous to do it alone because it's so isolated and there are bears and probably mountain lions too. I didn't hear anything about mountain lions, but that is a scary animal. So I was nervous. Thank you for recognizing that. And then our internet person says, come for the beautiful places, stay for the fun facts. Yep. Thank you. Wendy said, did you go on an adventure today? Yes, I did. Thank you for asking. Like I said, I'm by a beach, so I went to a beach today. I went to Walmart, though, first in the morning because I needed, well, I don't know. Here it is. I needed more of this stuff. So I went to Walmart. They had some good thing because I tried out a few other outdoor stores and they didn't have any, so glad that I found it eventually. But while I was at Walmart, I found an inner tube for only $5 and I was like, ooh. So I bought the inner tube. I had so much fun floating on it. First thing I did when I got to the water today was go in my inner tube and have a beer. And you all, it was awesome. I wish I could transfer the memory in my head onto a video to show you all. I did film the first day I went to that beach. So that's coming up. But anyway, it was a great day today. Up until when I realized I had been scammed and I got stung by a bee on the bottom of a foot. Jay says, look at that beautiful view. It's beer time. Heck yeah, man. Good deal. What are you cracking open today? Or are you saying it's beer time for me? I'll have one. I just gotta finish my dinner first. You know? When you're a grown-up, you gotta be your own parent, you know? Like when you were a kid, your parents would say, finish your dinner so you can get dessert. Now I tell myself, finish your dinner so you can have a beer. This is really good stuff, too. Cookie says the sky is beautiful. It is. Jay said you need to get yourself a dog for protection. I couldn't have a dog on the JMT. I can't have a dog in national parks. I don't have room for one. I don't have the money for one. I don't know what my life is going to be like after this. So, no dog for me. John Swan, welcome to the chat. Sorry to hear you got scammed too. I am okay now. I think I'm gonna get the money back. Thank you for that. By the way, John Swan, for everyone else, he helped me get a GoPro when I had lost mine in Florida. And before you, I don't know how long you've been here, but I've been going to a beach recently and I filmed in the water, and I'm so excited to share that footage. So excited. I can't believe that I didn't really discover the art of videography until my late 20s. you know, because it feels so right. It's such like a meaningful hobby to me, and I'm like, man, feels like I've been doing it my whole life, but I just discovered it. Eric Scarl says, just finished a 10-week trip to Ohio, where I lived for 50 years. Back in Florida, where you're retired. That's really cool. I bet that was an awesome trip. Coastal said, bad time to kick a hacky sack now, I guess. Oh, because of my bee sting on my foot. Yes, exactly. Cookie, adulting sucks. Although there is beer when you're an adult. Wendy says, making some awesome memories and learning life lessons. Win-win. Yeah. Mitchell says, just correct a Black Butte Porter in your completion of the JMT Epic Journey. Thank you. That's awesome. Appreciate that. In fact, Mitchell, I remember last night you gave me a little beer stipend, and I said, I'm toasting to you tonight. I want you to know. I remembered that, and I did. Rod said, are you editing videos on your phone or a laptop? My phone, actually. I use my laptop every now and then, but I think it's easier on my phone because I film on my phone. So while I am out on an adventure, I can even start playing with footage and make sure I edit things to turn out the way I envisioned them while I was filming. So yeah, it's really, it doesn't, I think it's probably a pretty unpopular practice, but yeah, I really like editing on my phone. Joel says, cheers, drinking a beer. Ah, cheers to you too. I'll cheers to you with my macaroni. Eric says, how many days was your hike? It was 18. 18 days on the JMT. On day 18, I got up in the middle of the night to summit Mount Whitney at sunrise, and I made it. But then the hike down, another beer stipend! Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Too kind, thank you. I'm trying to move. My phone is sitting on a plastic tote with being propped up against my water bottle. Yumi says, you can edit on your phone? Damn, that gives me hope to trying my own. Oh, yeah. So I use this app called VLLO. Of course, there's iMovie too, if you like that. I stopped using iMovie just because it inserted a fade transition in between clips, and I was like, no, I just want my clips to, no transition. So that works too. I use VLLO. Yeah, I think you should definitely try to make your own videos, because once I started, I was like, wow, I was picturing this would be really technical and difficult, but that only happens every now and then that I get really stumped on the technology aspect. So what I'm saying basically is it's easier than I thought it was going to be. Just finishing up the last of my mac and cheese. It is cold, to be honest with you. Yumi says, also, your hike sounds lovely. Thank you. It was definitely difficult, but very beautiful too. Internet person says, currently pulling a crisp frosty Keystone Light out of my dang Alpico. That's so cool. I have an Alpico too. Sounds delish. Cheers back. Cheers with what's left of my mac and cheese. That dinner was so good. Cheers to the mac and cheese. Thank you, thank you. I am going to wash up some of my dishes now, so I'm going to move you to where you can see the beautiful view even more. It looks really pretty over there. Little pinkishness in the sky, I wish. Let's see. Whoops. I wear my shirt not buttoned all the time because I'm wearing my swimsuit top underneath, and that's like a shirt itself, so you know, you're good. Yumi got hungry from talking about mac and cheese and then wanted to paint the view. Aw, dude, I know what you mean. It's so pretty. Jasper Steve says I've been in... Darn it. Sorry, guys. Jasper Steve says, I've been enjoying your YouTube shorts. You should post more of those. Oh, yay. Thank you. I'm really glad you do. In fact, I've been getting... Because I'm posting those on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram, I'm reaching a lot more people that I don't normally reach. And sometimes people haven't been too nice to me in the comments on those. So I was kind of like, oh, why'd I even make this? But thank you. If you like them, then that makes it all worth it, really. If one person finds goodness in it, then that's what counts. That's what I did it for. Larry says, we are good. Good, I'm glad. Internet person says 10 out of 10. Sunset. Heck yeah. Really, we can't please everyone. That is so true. A fun thing about living by myself is that when I wash dishes, I'm just trying to get the food off. Is that gross? I don't really think about sanitizing because it's just me, you know? Who am I going to spread my germs to? Myself? So, dishes are a little easier, but also not easier. $50? Oh my goodness. Cookie, thank you so much. That was so generous. Thank you. I really appreciated that. And that was a fun little animation that went along with it too. Oh, how exciting. You guys are so generous. Cookie is the MVP. Agreed. Today, when I was walking up the hill from the beach thinking about like, oh gosh, I just got scammed, I was thinking about my financial situation in general. And then I was like, you know what? The people that watch my channel, that subscribe, that come to the live are just so generous. And I'm just so thankful for all of you. Thank you, Cookie. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone that financially supports me. And even if you can't, then you're here, and that's what matters. Just your presence. Just having you along for the ride. I love you all. Except for the people that comment mean things on my shorts. I don't love them as much, but I hope they get nicer. Trucker Camper Jim says, going to JMT, I missed something. Well, I'm posting the videos and the shorts after they happen because on the trail I didn't have any service or anything. Plus, I like to have a delay between where I am and the videos in which I say my exact location, just in case there's any not so nice people watching that want to show up wherever I am and be creepy. You know, that wouldn't be a good time. So that's why I don't ever say where I am in these lives. Oh, sorry, my hand. Mean people can GTF. Oh, yes, thank you. Thanks for sharing your JMT adventure. Keep trucking on. Thank you. And Rod says, we all love you. That's why we're here. Aww. Aw, you guys. Such a nice live. This really turned my evening around. Thank you. So I don't have a whole lot of water right now. I have some. I have enough to brush my teeth and to do dishes tomorrow morning, but I'm running low, so I'm trying to not take up too much water on these dishes. Michael says, I hope I don't get shunned for having one of my non-alcoholic Bud Zeros. What? That's abomination. No, I'm just kidding. That's cool. I'm glad you're having something fun to drink. Hey, Jasuka says, seriously, why would someone leave bad comments? I don't understand this. It's just not some people's vibe, I guess. One person, I think it was day 10 maybe, where I was like, oh, not much is going on today, but here's the view. Someone was like, next time just show the view instead of your face. And I said, yeah, that would be cool to make a whole series about just the view, but in this one I'm focused on telling stories and checking in every day. I like to respond, $10 shower stipend. Thank you. Oh, that is perfect because I am going to buy a week pass at a place around here where I'm going to be for a while, and it costs $10. So perfect. Michael says, I've drinking enough alcohol to last me a lifetime. I feel that, man. Good for you for taking charge of your health. While I do run a channel called Beer in Beautiful Places, I think that alcohol is like, you know, it's not the greatest thing since sliced bread. It's not my favorite thing in the world. You can have some in moderation. You can have none at all. Drinking a lot is just not fun. Not part of a healthy, active lifestyle where you get to live a long time and go out and enjoy nature. Dude, I was doing such a bad job cooking. The water boiled over so many times. Oh, dude. After this, I'm going to, you guys can see me transform my van into night mode. Ooh, how exciting. But it is super dark in this live. Out here, like, I can see perfectly fine, but I'm sure for you all, it's not very well lit right now. So if you just hang tight, in a minute, I'll put my window covers up and turn my string lights on. I'm really lucky to have a very cozy van, especially at nighttime with the little string lights. And I got my little plaid blanket. I do love my home. Although I am thinking about taking it to a van shop while I'm out west and getting a little more electricity, if possible. Getting a little more capability, electrical capability. Getting a bigger AGM battery. Whew. Okay. I think I got most of this gross stuck on food out of here. I always try to fling my dishwater as far as wide as possible so that it's kind of dispersed and diluted. Don't want to attract animals to the campsite. Thank you all for bearing with me while I'm scrubbing this pot and not answering your questions. I know I'm not being super interactive right now, but just hang on. Ooh, you all can see the city lights now, can't you? I think that's a cool part of the view. Man, when did those come on? Dude, seriously. It's like I washed my pot and then suddenly I look up and the whole background behind me has changed. Okay. That's good enough for now for that pot. So, actually, stay right there for 1 sec. I am going to put my chair and my table that I was using as a windshield away, and then I'll come back in a sec. Enjoy the view. Okay, everything is put away. Water bottle, there. Oh man, that got so dark so fast. Putting my dishes from my stove onto my bed. Closing up my stove for the night. This is the first time I've used my stove since like the day after the JMT, because I ran out of fuel really fast when I got back. I've been just using my backpacking stove and making like soups and stuff because I couldn't find any of the big fuel that goes with my Coleman stove. So I am just putting that stove where it goes, turning my fridge back where it goes. Okay. Thank you for your patience. Now you get to see my little transformation. Gonna take off these dusty sandals, throw them over there. See, I gotta put up the window covers and then turn on the lights so moths don't come in. Man, moths and flies are like the bane of my existence. That was me closing the trunk just there. Oh wait, I'm an idiot. I don't need to put up my window covers and then turn on my lights to avoid moths. I just need to close the doors. Oh my gosh, what a brain fart. I'm embarrassed I got that on camera. Okay. Still, thank you all for, actually, I don't need to put this up yet because we might want to look outside. We might want to check on the view. You can see the city lights. Okay, so let me catch back up to all these lovely, oh my goodness, Wendy, $25 for dinner after, oh man, dinner after I take a shower. That is going to be a beautiful evening. Oh man, I can't wait. 25 bucks? Oh, I'm gonna get food that's so healthy and so filling. Thank you. Seriously, Wendy. That was such a good surprise. Thank you. Yay! Okay. Oh, $2 from Joel. Yes, thank you. Don't have much, but I share what I can. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. I'm sure I can find something for $2 at the grocery. I always go grocery shopping, and there's like some little treat, and I'm like, you're on a budget. Don't do it. But now I can with that $2. All right. Man. I'm sorry if I'm missing some comments here. If I skip your comment, I'm not shunning you, it's just a human error. Alrighty, Eric Scarl says, how do you keep your cell phone charged on long hikes? When I did the Superior hiking trail, I used a battery pack, like where you charge it, a power bank, that's what it's called. And then on the JMT, I had a solar panel. So that was really cool. I do recommend. Can I hold my phone in the light and scroll through your comments? Yes, I can. Okay. Cookie says, don't worry about people that leave mean comments. Just ignore them. Yeah, I will. Mitchell, thanks again for the shower stipend. Michael says, I'm drinking enough alcohol to last me a lifetime. Oh yeah, we already talked about that. Tiny Fairy said, what video editor do you use? I use VLLO. There's a little fish on the symbol for the app. It's good stuff. I enjoy it. Joe, thank you again. Rod says it looks fun. Good, thank you. Larry says, truth, Toyota was a good pick. Thanks. Sarah says, awesome. To Joel. Eric says, I think I can hear crickets. Yeah, there were some crickets outside a second ago. Also, my fridge is making noise, so that might be what you heard. Towcaster says, hi, Maddie. Hi, welcome. Sorry I didn't respond to your comment for like 10 minutes after you got here. Joel says, it's nice to sit with a view and drink a beer. Yeah, very true. Wendy, thank you again. So generous. Sarah says, beering with you. Haha. Internet person says, I'm confined to the back of my van tonight. It's been raining all evening here. The sound of rain on the roof is a vibe, though. I'm not complaining. Good. Glad to hear it. Yeah, that is kind of nice to be in your van when it's raining. I think the next time that happens to me, I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, I'm in heaven. It's so dry and warm in here, because when it rained on the JMT, my tent would be wet. I would be wet. I would be cold. The rain was not a vibe there, but part of the experience. Miscellaneous BS says that view is getting better and better. Oh, good. Let's check on it again. So many cool city lights. That's awesome. someday I want to camp above a big city. Because normally I try to camp in like natural locations, but that would also be really cool looking to look over city lights. This is inspo for later. Miscellaneous. Oh yeah, you said that. That is a nice view. Thank you. Jasper says it's a nice evening from. Oh, have a nice evening from Minnesota. I just finished a book that took place in Minnesota. Thanks for sharing and stay safe on your journey. Keep doing what you're doing, and we all appreciate your vids. Thank you. That was so nice. Hope you're having a very nice evening in Minnesota. Joe says, beautiful. I grew up in California. Nice. Sarah says, LOL, it's okay. Give Maddie a like. Oh, thank you. Don't forget to hit that like button. You picked a good spot, Maddie. Thank you. I was really... On the drive up here, it looked like there wouldn't really, it was high up, but I didn't think there would be a view of anything besides like the hills surrounding it. But then I found this and I was like, yes, good deal. Mitchell says, no bear spray on the JMT. Is that a Yosemite thing? However, guns are okay in national parks if I remember correctly. I don't know. That is a good question. It might be a Yosemite thing because it was a Yosemite ranger that told me about it and took my bear spray, but I don't know for sure. Cookie says, nice to see you smile. Thank you. Aaron says, what's your favorite music artist this week? Ooh. Oh, I know. I was listening to the Mamma Mia soundtrack earlier. Especially when the first day I got to the beach, I was listening to it. And now I've been like thinking about the songs. You know how songs kind of come back into your head after you listen? Yeah, that's what I'm listening to this week. Very connoisseured musical taste. Alex Chan says, hello, Maddie. How many bears have you spotted so far in the JMT? Well, I'm off the JMT now, if you didn't know, and I didn't see any bears on the JMT. I was a little bummed about that, in fact, because it would just be such an exciting, like, memorable part of the experience. But at the same time, I'm also very glad I didn't because that would be a little scary. They say they scare away easy, but I think I would still. Until they started walking away, I'd kind of be like heart beating a million miles a minute. Talcaster said, I like those interesting colorful rocks you saw on trail. Did you ever figure out what they're called? No, I didn't. But that was really cool. In fact, at this campsite, I thought I saw a green rock. I'll have to go investigate tomorrow. Thank you for reminding me. Aaron says, sweets. Haha. I don't know what that means, but okay. Oh, here we go. Mitchell says on the webpage, a federal law allows people who can legally possess firearms under applicable federal, state, and local laws to legally possess firearms in this park. Dude, that's crazy that you can have guns but not bear spray. What? That is crazy. Black bears make great sausage, by the way. I did not know that. Cool. Mitchell says, within Yosemite National Park, it is prohibited to possess or use pepper spray. What? Dude, that is so weird. Weird. I wonder how that started, though. There has to be some, like, somebody used bear spray on a person they didn't like. Because of a not good reason, instead of just like self-protection, you know, like that's a good reason, but like maybe somebody like used it irresponsibly is what I'm trying to say, and they were like, okay, no more bear spray, no more pepper spray, but guns are okay. Anyway, Michael said, you inspired me. I got a 2012 Sienna and Have it all stripped. I'm waiting to insulate, and I got inspiration from your videos. Oh my gosh, that is too cool. That's awesome. I really hope your build goes well. If you need any advice or anything, let me know. But that is so exciting. Congrats to you. Yeah, he said, gonna start on the floor soon. Ah, exciting. The floor of my van is my favorite part. I hope your floor turns out really nice too. It just makes it feel like a real place to live instead of living in your car. You know, that's like the difference. Oh, Sarah says same here. That's so cool. Oh wait, Sarah, I knew you had a van. It's all coming back to me now. But that's awesome. I hope that goes well for you too. Sarah says, I traveled for 22 days after my floor was installed. Oh, yay! 22 days on the road. Well, that's great. Man, my van is so messy. Let me see if I can get some more lighting in here, so you all can see who you're talking to. Eric says, very cool. To Michael's van, thinking of all the fun, then multiply by 10. Yeah! Woohoo! Man, it's just so exciting to convert something. And there's probably stuff you might not have the budget for or might build wrong the first time, but it'll all work itself out on the end. Cookie says, so you did the JMT in 19 days, was it? Close, 18. Very close. When I was on the trail, I was trying to make it 16 at one point, but... Oh, Maddie, what were you thinking? What were you thinking, past self? Michael says, thank you, Eric, and thanks for the encouragement ideas. Yay! Sarah said, heading back out the 2nd of September, going to Arizona. Ooh, that's exciting. I do love Arizona, and I bet it'll be cooled down by then. Oh my gosh, you guys know what I just thought of? I have a beer in my freezer. This is it's the last one I plan to drink. The other two are waiting for a giveaway to be given to one of you all. But this is the last one of the ones I plan to drink after I finish the JMT. I stayed in Lone Pine in a hotel, and I walked to a gas station and I picked out this beer, and I was like, I need something refreshing. I need something that feels like a celebration. So I got Tropical Torpedo IPA. Oh man. Finishing a through hike is definitely the best part. You just feel so good. You're rewarding yourself. This time I had people to hang out with after the trail. It was, I think, 5 of us that went out to dinner afterwards. So nice. Oh, cheers to you all. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out. That is a bit dry. Wish it wasn't so dry. That might be because it's made on the West Coast, and I know their IPAs on the West Coast are very dry and bitter, whereas East Coast IPAs are like hazy IPAs. They're really juicy. Ryan says, would you do the JMT again? Honestly, I don't think so. I think once was enough for a lifetime. If I knew someone that wanted to go and they wanted me to come with them, possibly, but I think once was enough for now. It was a very tough hike, so I'm not super Like, oh yeah, I love it. I would do it again in a heartbeat. It was good. I'm grateful for it, but one time was enough. Aaron says, when building out your van, were you worried about the weight of the build at all? Yes, I was. Has it affected the MPG? Honestly, I forgot to measure the miles per gallon before I converted it, so that's a good question. I definitely remember on the first day it felt heavier to drive. Like, do you ever like load up your stuff for vacation or something and you're like, this car feels heavier when I'm driving it? I don't know, hopefully that's not just a me experience, but yeah, it definitely felt heavier. Let me lock my doors while I'm thinking of it. I just always try to be in the habit of always having my door locked at all times when I'm in it. So I just wanted to do that before I forgot. I'm not expecting anyone to try to break into my van anytime soon. Okay, I'm so behind on these messages. Has it affected the MPG? I don't know. But yeah, I definitely could tell a difference. Trucker Camp Jim said, I tried to apologize. Sometimes my meaning is not what people assume. My words can be taken good or bad. I think what your channel has done is nothing short of amazing. I'm not really sure what you mean when you say you tried to apologize. I'm sure if you said something and I took it kind of to heart, it's okay. I can't place what you're talking about, but it's okay. Thank you for apologizing. Sorry I missed that. It's all good. It's all good. Cookie says, I did the JMT to Half Dome in 1990. It was grueling. Yes, drink the beer. Thank you. A Quest, hello. Welcome to the chat. Beautiful wife. I am nobody's wife, sir. Julian did a cheers emoji. Wendy says, I can't wait to downsize and buy a van and hit the road part-time. Oh, yes, that's going to be so fun. That sounds awesome. Michael says, congratulations. That's a tremendous accomplishment. Thank you. Mitchell says, how about just doing long day hikes or hikes for a night or two in the wild? Oh, definitely. I'm definitely going to keep hiking. I was just talking about just the JMT specifically then. And it's harder to do day hikes on that because it's so far away from roads and stuff and parking lots. But yeah, I'm definitely going to keep doing hikes in general. Alex says, cheers, I just did a section of the TRT, planning to go back one day to finish. It was hard to get a permit out of the JMT. It was hard. I did, sorry. I did have, I tried in 2019 to get a JMT permit. Didn't go through, and that's when I hiked the TRT. I don't know if you've seen that or not, that I've done that trail, but I have. It was before my video making days, but that's cool that we have a trail in common. And then I applied in this year for the JMT permit, the 6 months in advance, didn't get it. Luckily, I got it on the week in advance online permit. It was really scary because, not scary, but nerve-wracking because it was, first it wouldn't load, and then it said 6 permits remaining. Just kidding, there were 0, and then I was like going back and forth and looking at the dates, and then all of a sudden there were 2 permits available for when I wanted to start. It also really helps that I live in a van and I was flexible on start dates, so yeah, definitely had a leg up there. Thank you. Mitchell did Half Dome twice. I've never done Half Dome, but it sounds like a pretty insane hike, doing the cables and stuff. Sounds pretty steep. Aaron says, gotcha, that makes sense about the van feeling heavy for sure. Good. Eric says, I have forgotten to lock my doors a few times. I am more careful now. That is a bummer. That's always a scary feeling to be like, oh my gosh, I didn't lock them. Yeah, I get that. Glad you're remembering better now. Chad says, hi, hope all is well. Hey, Chad, welcome to the chat. Glad you made it. Sarah says, how about small groups of women? I want to do the JMT. Total beginner here. Cool. I actually have, I'm sure there's groups out there that you could find to help you along and to hike with. I have a friend actually that just moved to Colorado, and she got a job leading trips for just groups of women. I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but I'm sure there's groups out there that you could hike with. And that'd be so fun. Aquest says, sitting in Livingston, Montana tonight in my van. 1 week left of my 6-week vacation from the road, on the road, I'm sorry, from Portland to DC, then Niagara now, heading back to Portland. Oh, that's so cool. You have been all over. Sarah says, I mean, I would sign up for that. A quest, you rock. Good. Time Fairy says, Maddie, are you doing the job out of state that you talk about? I'm sorry, I don't really know what you mean. I work my food delivery job wherever I go. Usually in the area I am, I can find a big enough city too. If not, I can just drive a little while and find it. And then I also make a little money off of YouTube and stuff like that. So I'm sorry, I don't really know what you mean. Cookie says, Half Dome is grueling but worth it. Cool. Eric says, good night, Maddie. See you next time. I clicked the bell so I won't miss you. Oh, yay. Thank you so much. I love it when people do that. Very much appreciated. Tony Fury, could you, if you're still here, what exactly do you mean? Aquest says, yes, went to a lot of roller coasters, hiking state and national parks, plenty of city hikes. Cool. Mitchell says, hear what I do when I'm sorry, I can't read. Hear what I do when camping in Alaska. I have the motion lights, the cheap ones, and it set it about camp. They're great for critters and creeps that are about. Ooh, that is a good idea. Some motion sensing lights. When I was a kid, my next door neighbors had a motion sensing light. And I remember one time, I don't know what was happening, but something of mine went over the fence into their yard, so I had to go get it. And they had a motion sensing light, and I just remember turning it on, and I froze in my tracks. And like, I wasn't stealing from them, I wasn't doing anything wrong. They knew who I was, but I just, you know, those motion sensing lights, they'll get ya. Internet person says, have you made any campground friends since you've been on the road? I've been doing it for about a month now, and I've already met so many cool people. I don't really stay in a lot of campgrounds, so unfortunately not. In fact, lately I've been thinking a lot about how, you know, I've been on the road for over a year now. I really haven't met as many people as I was thinking I would. Of course, I've made tons of friends over the internet, you lovely people, but I haven't met a lot of people in person. So that's a little bit of a bummer. I'm wondering if I've been looking at like van life meetups online, and there just doesn't seem to be any going on where sorry, lost my train of thought. Because Tiny Fairy says, the job out of the United States, the one that you said you were going to do instead of the AT. Yes, oh my goodness, thank you for reminding me. I know exactly what you're talking about. The last live before I did the JMT, I was talking about how, before the pandemic hit, before any of us knew each other, before I did YouTube, I backpacked to Europe, and then my next adventure was going to be doing a year abroad, working and living in New Zealand, because I had done a working holiday in Australia and it was such a good experience that I've been wanting to do something like that again. But the age limit is 30 years old to go do that. So I just have to enter before my 31st birthday, which is in like, my birthday was earlier this month, so I have about a year to get over there. And I thought about it a lot. Oh my gosh, 5 books from Telcaster. Thank you. That's so generous. Really appreciate that. Oh, Sunny Rivers is here. Hey, welcome. But right now I'm planning to hike the Appalachian Trail next year. I'm not like 100% committed yet, I don't think, but that is my plan, to do that this coming summer, next year's summer. And because any job that I would get in New Zealand, I don't think that would be... Oh, I have to look into the type of jobs that are out there, because if it looks like I would go over there and I would be an au pair again, or I could like work in a restaurant or housekeeping, that's not really what I'm into. If I could get a job like guiding kayak trips or something, that would be worth going over there. But I've had so many jobs that are like childcare or whatever, that I'm just like, I've had enough of those for one lifetime. So it depends on the job situation. Thank you for reminding me of that. A Quest said, I had a Chinese dinner. Now hunting a place to sleep. Chinese, that's good food. Very delicious. Delicioso. Wendy said, I saw a nomad YouTuber that uses those same motion lights outside of her van. She loves them. Oh, good. I should look into that. RB says, hola, Maddie. I like so much those little yellow lights in your car. Thank you. I really like them too. They cozy the place up. When I first started, I just had this little lantern for light. And, like I knew it wasn't going to be enough. So then I found these guys online, and I love them. You know what? I've been using them for maybe a year now, and they're still going strong, which is not something you usually find for cheap internet things. Cookie says, the Appalachian Trail has been a lifelong dream of mine. No way! Cookie, is this just showing up again, or is it another $50? What? Let me know when you are doing it, please. Oh, gosh. Well, I have to now. Thank you so much. That's so appreciated. MVP of the chat, as they said, as we were talking about earlier. Oh man. Cheers to you, Cookie. Thank you. So what are your all's weekend plans? I am just going to be working. Mitchell said, how about the CDT? Well, the AT has just, out of the 3 Triple Crown trails, the AT has just been a part of my life all the way since I was a kid. Like, my family stopped by Klingman's Dome one time when we were on a road trip, and just the lore of it has been kind of a part of my life. The CDT and the PCT seem cool, but I don't know, the AT has just always been my thing. Work less, enjoy more says hello, hi, welcome. Cookie just says, I do what I can. It's great. So I'm doing this with my hair because I've been going swimming so much lately. It's very naughty. I put it in a bun before I got in the water today, and I'm scared to take it down. It gets so tangled up. Wendy has a granddaughter's 3rd birthday party on Saturday. Happy birthday to your granddaughter. Rod is still working on the kitchen in their van. I hope that's a good afternoon or so for you. I guess it could be an all weekend project. But anyway, I hope you have fun doing that. I hope it turns out like you're planning. Larry's gonna party like it's 1999. Cookie says, that video where Maddie was struggling in Washington touched my heart. Aw, thank you so much. That was a bad time, but I got through it, and as bad as it was, so many people said nice things to me, threw a few bucks my way, and it just warmed my heart, you know. I think since moving into my van, my life was like this before, and now it's like this. You know, my happiest times are even happier, my bad times are even worse, but it'll swing back the other way. Thank you so much, Cookie. Oh my goodness! Work Less, Enjoy More is celebrating their 40th birthday today! Oh, happy birthday! Cheers to you. Let's do, everyone who's watching this, if you're drinking beer or you're just drinking water or you don't have anything, you're just eating chips or something, let's all do a cheers to Work Life, Enjoy More for their B-Day. Happy birthday, man. Glad you've been on the planet for 40 years. I guess I don't really know you well enough to say that, but hopefully you get what I mean. Cheers! Yeah, everybody. Oh, Alex, thank you so much for the rose. I appreciate that. Hooray. Telcaster says, have a great rest of the night. I have to turn in now. Oh, thanks for being here. You're probably already gone by now, but thank you. Thanks for being here. You have a good night. Thank you for the rose again, Alex. Internet person is at a state park in New Mexico till the 6th. They've got a pass down here that you can buy that's free camping at any state park. Oh, good. Dude, there was the same thing when I was in Wisconsin last year where you just buy a pass and you can camp in state parks, but I wasn't in Wisconsin for that long. I was just there for 3 nights and it was enough to buy the pass, and then I never happened to stay at a state park again. And now it's expired. But oh well. Good place to make plenty of campground pals. Oh, that's a good idea. Smart. Wendy says, happy birthday, work less, enjoy life more. Internet person says the same thing. Yay, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Birthdays are so fun. I'm so excited to share with you all my trail birthday. Oops, sorry. I tried to make the light better and I knocked it over. Okay. Yes, part 6 of the JMT video talks about my birthday on trail, and it was good. I love birthdays. Everyone needs a day where they get celebrated, and glad today is that day for you. Work less, enjoy life more. Yes, I did turn 30. Yeah, exactly what I was just talking about. You'll see it in part 6. Aqua said, last night I was on highway 216. It's a trap. Started out with pavement, hit the gravel for 40 miles. Oh man, that sounds rough. Rough driving conditions. I've actually banged up the bottom of my van recently, driving over rocks and stuff. Not good. Cookie says, Wisconsin is weird, but the people are fun. Hopefully you just mean they're weird because of my little state park pass mishap. They're nice. Wisconsin people are awesome. My mom's from Wisconsin. Beautiful rendition of the birthday song. Actually, I picked that up from the people I met on trail that celebrated my birthday with me. And they inspired that. Julian, I think you're a new person in our chat. Welcome. What's your plans for winter? Stay in your van? Well, if I'm hiking the AT next year, I'm going to need to do a lot of research and planning. So my plan is actually to go back to my hometown. Last winter, I was out in my van. I was in Florida for a long time. But basically everywhere else I went was cold, and I got through it. It was fine, but I'd rather not do that again. So I'll just go back to my hometown this winter. A-Quest said, yes, my engine light came on. I have 2 daughters with me. Oh gosh. That's no fun. Although, when I was having car problems back, I guess it was last August, a year ago now, I was in Minnesota having car problems, and the mechanic said if the check engine light is on, that's like not great, but it's the flashing check engine light that's really bad. So hopefully that gives you some comfort. Mitchell said, check out Tuber Hikety Hike. She is doing the CDT. Oh, cool. Congrats to her. Acor says, I was going 10 miles or less. Oh, man. That's rough. Joel says, Klingman's Dome is the highest point on the AT. I know. Yeah, it's so cool. Took my son there when he was 5. I'm from Cali and have done parts of the JMT. Oh, nice. That's awesome. RB says, Maddie, what kind of music do you like? Do you like country music? I like it so much I listen every day. I do like country. Definitely when I was in high school and college, like that was my go-to. Since I left Kentucky, well, I guess I don't listen to the radio that much anymore. I listen to Spotify most of the time. But yes, love country. I also just like today's hits type stuff. I guess I haven't listened to musicals, like soundtracks and stuff, in a while. Oh, I like acoustic in the morning time, you know, some chill vibes. And lately I've been getting into indie pop. especially when I'm working my food delivery job, just driving around, because it's not like the same songs you've heard a million times, but it's like catchy, good vibes, all that good stuff. Joel says, so PCT for me is a trail I want to do. Ah, cool. That's a good one. What intimidates me about the PCT is like starting really far south in the desert of California. That sounds really rough. I met a lot of PCT. Well, I guess I didn't get to know them very well. But on the JMT, there were a lot of PCT hikers. They seemed like a very tough bunch. They just walk all day long. Sometimes they do 30 miles in a day. A-Quest says, dark middle of nowhere, heading to Wabout. Oh man, sounds like a rough time. Sunny says, I didn't know that about the flashing check engine light. Thanks for the info. Oh good, glad I could help ya. Cookie is talking to Joel. I was recently in Washington, met someone who was hiking from British Columbia to Mexico. Oh, that sounds so rough. That says, oh, MG, I got alive again. What? Oh, I love your enthusiasm. So glad you're here. RJ says, hello from South Texas. Love the videos. Thank you. Thank you so much. Glad you're here. Julian says, yes, I discovered your channel yesterday when a search for some Elpicool and power insulation. Oh, cool. I know the video you probably found me talking about my woes with my electricity in the beginning, I bet. That is a very, it's a very popular video, and I didn't think I would be when I was filming it. It would be, I should say. Well, glad you found me. Glad you're here now. Tomorrow, my girlfriend, we are going to start our road trip on our Odyssey in the Quebec North Coast. That's so exciting. Congrats to you, man. I bet you're stoked. Tiny Fairy says, what about reggae? I don't really listen to reggae so far. Not so much. Work less, enjoy more. So many acronyms. Yes. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I wish, like, once you did a through hike, you could put the letters after your name. Like people with degrees. Hi, put her there. Nice to meet you. Maddie Zickle. Or Madeline Zickle. TRTSHDJMD. Pleasure to meet ya. It says, Maddie Camp with 2 A's is good. Thank you for introducing me to them. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like them too. Especially when I was living at my parents' house during the pandemic, I would go outside with my coffee on their front porch and listen to them. It's good, like, morning, like, chilling music. Cookie said, I am a waterfall chaser. I hung on everything they had to say about Depot Creek Falls. What a monster fall. Oh, cool. Where is that? What state is that in, Depot Creek Falls? Work less, endure more. Says, you have a bunch of letters. Well, I'm probably never going to get my PhD, so I have to put some letters at the end of my name, right? Sarah loves the idea too. Although I think some hiker folks can get a bit competitive with how many hikes they do, so. And, you know, maybe myself included. Sometimes it just becomes sort of a checklist instead of living and soaking up the experiences. Oh, Nathaniel says, I love it when you do the sped up walking sequences. Oh, good. I'm glad you like that. The first time I think I tried that was when I was in Bryce Canyon. And it was so cool because there was really good sound coming from the little loose grit and stuff under my feet. It was really cool. Bryce Canyon, I could not stop filming. That place was so pretty. Sarah likes it too. Thank you, thank you. I did the speeding up of me setting up my tent, I think, in my latest video. But I don't know if that had the same effect. RB says, that mirror must be so good. I'll drink a German beer tonight after work. Very cool. Where you work? Sounds like it's a bit late for you to be working. I hope it passes quickly and you get to go home and go to bed. Depot Creek Falls are on the PCT, just a little south of Canada. Cool. That's awesome. Julian says, do you taste some Quebec beers? You know what? I don't think I have. I don't think I've had any beers from up there. Oh my gosh. So I was kind of hoping, well, I don't know if this is going to happen yet or not. So this isn't like an official announcement. But wouldn't it be cool if when I went to Alaska, I also went to Canada? That'd be so cool. I could have some poutine. Sunny Rivers is going to bed. Good night. Thanks for joining us. Wendy said the mountain water. Oh, the mountain/water pig flip was awesome. If y'all don't know what she's talking about, first, basically I filmed a mountain reflecting in water and flipped it upside down, but I started showing the viewer it upside down and then it flipped back up to right. That might be harder to describe. I hope you all know what I mean. But it was a really cool shot that turned out. I got the idea from it was either an Instagram reel or a TikTok or something. But I can't take credit for that idea, but the shot did turn out pretty cool. Sarah said, have you been to Chile or had their beers? No, I want to though. I really miss traveling internationally, especially now that I've been to so much of the US. And we have so much, I wouldn't say difference in culture from state to state. It's not like as much as it would be going from country to country, obviously, but it just makes me want to travel more. You know, there's always more things to discover in the world, and I think that's why I love traveling so much. Mitchell said, my second beer tonight, an Anchor Stream. Cheers to you, good sir. Cheers. A-Quest said, I'll be listening while driving. Oh, cool. Hope you have a safe drive. Hope it gets better. Miss Lily C says, hello from New York. Hey, welcome. Glad you're here. RB says, oh, it said tonight because it's 6 a.m. I saw you're there, so I woke up. So I start work at 1 p.m. and finish at 8. Oh, okay, cool. You work at Pugo. I think, I know that's something to do with cars. Is that a dealership? Cookie says, you will love Alaska, Maddie. It is spectacular. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm hoping to go in January because I want it to be snowy. I think if I went in summer, you know, it would probably look a lot like Montana and Wyoming, which are beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but I want to see Alaska at its most unique. So I'm hoping to go in January, and you know, I'll probably be like staying in hostels and going on free hikes and stuff. But yeah, it's gonna be a cheap trip, but it'll be good. It'll be a good one. Sarah says, having a golden, sorry, I can't read. Golden State cider, extra dry. Ooh, sound very nice. Sounds delish. Miss Lily C says, I just love your adventures. Thank you so much. I'm glad you do. Glad I have the ability to share them with you. And they found their way to someone that would appreciate them. Are you ever coming to Bear Mountain? What state is that in? Sounds cool. Aldo says, would you ever consider converting from beer to wine, like white wine or whichever you like? I don't know if I would ever convert, but I do like wine every now and then. What type do I like? I have no idea. Sometimes I like red wine, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I like white wine, sometimes I don't. It's really always a toss-up. And you know, I've learned like what an IPA tastes like, what a blonde tastes like, what a porter tastes like. Like I've learned all like the beer types, learning all the wine types. I only have so much room in my brain. Not really, I just haven't had a whole lot of experience with them yet, so I don't know exactly what I like. Sarah wants to go to Alaska too. Cookie says, I will always say that, Joe. Yep, you guys are in agreement. Otto says, don't you encounter strange such weird people in hostels, like homeless, for example? So far, I haven't. Definitely there are. Sometimes there's some characters in hostels. When I was in Stockholm, Sweden, there was someone that, like, I went to bed early at like 10 o'clock and people were still up, so I didn't like say anything about turning off the light. I just had like my sleep mask on and I was just trying to ignore it. I didn't really sleep that well, but you know, I was resting at least. Anyway, I had to get up at like in the middle of the night, probably like 3 or something, to catch a bus, and the light is still on and there's this person sitting up. I think she was drawing or something, and I was just like, dude, turn off the light, people are trying to sleep. But what if, you know, maybe she was just scared of the dark. But yeah, so far hostels have been pretty okay. There's definitely some downsides to sharing rooms with people, but you can stay somewhere for cheap. So I appreciate that. Oh, when I was in North Carolina, actually, it was so cold. And I was relieved to find a hostel because I can't really afford a normal hotel. And I had the whole room to myself. It was so nice. I loved that place. One place that I wish I could go back to. Sorry, I accidentally exited out of the YouTube app real quick. That wasn't good. I thought I might lose you all. Cookie says, funny thing, West Virginia is the only state I have not visited. Oh, cool. It is really nice. It's very mountainous and beautiful. Robert said, have you been to Europe? Switzerland mountains are beautiful. Germany too? Yes. I backpacked Europe for 3 months right before the pandemic happened. Yeah, I definitely loved it. I want to go back when it's summer, but yeah, like I said, I've been to the majority of Western Europe and some of Eastern. It kind of depends what you count as East and West, but I want to go back so bad. Aldo says, wow, you were in Stockholm, Sweden? Yeah. Yes, I was on my backpacking trip. Sarah says, Interlaken, Switzerland. Yes, Germany studying. Yeah, I went to all those places. Switzerland, I went skiing. It was very expensive. The hill I happened to go to was a lot more challenging than I needed. I'm not exactly a beginner because I've been skiing since I was a kid, but I still did not have the skills for a intermediate mountain in Switzerland, so it's kind of a bummer day, but it was still skiing in Switzerland, you know? The mountains are insane. When I was in Germany, I went to what's the one? Munich, of course, you know, beer. Back then I wasn't as into beer as I am now. I liked like the mass-produced beers a little more. I didn't know craft beer. But I really wanted to go there because that's the birthplace of beer. I also went to a small town called Baden-Baden, where apparently I have a distant, like, great-great-great-grandfather from there. My phone battery is at 20%. The last thing I said was I also went to Berlin, in Germany, and I finished the note that I was just saying. But yeah, I have been to Switzerland and Germany. Very cool. Aqua said, canceling the drive. I found a truck stop. Good. I hope you have a restful night. Hope everything gets better from here. Sarah says, me too, but in 2003. Ah, how cool. Very nice. Jill said, midnight here, heading to bed. Oh, man. It's 9 o'clock here, but yeah, we better wrap this live chat up soon because I don't have much battery left. And but good night, Joel. Thank you for being here. Internet person said West Virginia singing Country Roads. Yup, great jam. Cookie says I was especially impressed with Poland and Portugal. So beautiful. Yeah, I went to both of those too. Let's see, in Poland, I wanted to go to the Tatras, some mountains, but when I was there, they weren't having any tours going out, so I didn't get to, so something I'll have to go back to, but it was fun just walking around. Where did I go? Krakow. $2. Yay, thank you. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Oh goodness, I'm still have so much to catch up on. I'm sorry. Sarah Duff says, do you ever worry about money for retirement? Yes, I worry about that all the time, actually. I have a savings account, but it's hard because, like, you never know if you're going to live till retirement, honestly. I guess that was kind of a blunt thing to say, but every time I save up money, I'm like, I could use it to live life now, or I might be able to use it someday. So yeah, I definitely worry about that. It is hard. I'm working on it though. I'm trying to start saving and not spend it. Sarah says I was paragliding in Switzerland and went canyoning. Oh, that sounds so fun. Aquest says I'm still here. Glad you are. Glad you're still joining us. Camping Alan said hello from Ouray, Colorado. Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. We are actually at the end of this live chat, but glad you're catching the tail end of it. Steven said Alaska summer days are so long you can view all the beauty. Winter is dark all day and very cold, and weather can be dangerous. I'm hoping to see the northern lights though. I know, like, it is going to be very dark. But I think that'll be kind of interesting in itself, seeing all that. Maybe I can go back in summer another time. Julian said, where do you park for tonight? Like some free place? Yep. There have prohibited place to park on USA. I use an app called iOverlander to find places where people have said they've stayed before and it's been fine. I never want to camp somewhere illegal. I always try to find out, is this place okay to stay? And especially now that I'm out west, it's not too hard to find. Mitchell gave me $2. Thank you. Aldo says, I enjoy your videos a lot, and I will come on your lives every time I can. Ah, yay, thanks. Glad you're here too. Cookie said, I went to the concentration camp. It was amazing, but I don't think I could do it ever again. Yeah. In Poland? Yeah, I did consider that, but I was not mentally, that wouldn't be good for me. Backpacking Europe alone in the wintertime, I was already kind of feeling unoptimistic, and so I didn't go. But I'm glad you went. That is a good practice, I think, to learn the history of a place, even if it wasn't good, even if it's not pleasant. Oh goodness, sorry, I lost my place. Internet person, good night. Thanks for being here. Sarah Duff says, hey, thanks for your Iowa cave series. That inspired us to go. Oh, that's so awesome. I love that place. I wish I had, you really can make a whole day out of it. When I was there, I was just kind of like, I think I did sort of a loop, but there was a lot more that I didn't explore. So I'm excited for you. That's a great place. And the town, Makokada, is really cute too, if you get to go there. A-Quest says, I have Overland as well. Oh, good. Yep, that's a good app. Free roaming app as well. Very cool. Oh, Comorbid, how are you this evening? Welcome to the chat. Cookie says, I can see that, Maddie. It was a very emotional experience. I'm glad you get me. Comorbid said, so possibly a complex question. How do you create your supply line while you are through hiking? Mail stuff to a place that holds it? Anything special that you need to do for that? Yeah, so great question. I resupplied. Great question. I resupplied at a place called Red's Meadow that was on day 6 for me, and VVR, or Vermilion Valley Resort, which was day 8 for me. There were I could have also done the Tulum Meadows post office on day 3, but I was like, oh, I'll just carry 6 days of food. You could also go to the Muir Trail Ranch, or MTR, which was day 9 for me. Sorry, I'm speaking in terms of days instead of miles. Not everyone hikes at the same speed, but that's just how I mapped it out in my brain. But Muir Trail Ranch charges a lot to hold your stuff, so I was like, I'll just go a day earlier. So it was kind of weird how it worked out. And of course, I finished on day 18, so I had a whole 10 days without a resupply. So anyway, but what I did was I mailed food to VVR, the place on day 8, and I dropped food off because it was drivable from where I was at Red's, the day 6 place, because I was staying at Mammoth Lakes before the trail, and it's just in driving distance, so I got to do that nice and easy. Yeah, if you mail to Muir Trail Ranch, they want you to mail it in a bucket. You have to go out and find a 5-gallon bucket and then tape it shut and send it through the mail. So that is a kind of a complicated thing to do, but that way you know if your package gets wet, since it's in a plastic bucket, your food won't be ruined. So there's that. Great question. Yeah, you could also buy food at pretty much any of those places, but I didn't know that. before, so I sent food ahead to myself. I would have rather bought it, I think, even though it might have been more expensive, but that way you know, if you're on trail, you know how fast you've been hiking, you know what to expect of yourself. Mailing it beforehand, you're just kind of guessing. So yeah, it is cheaper though, I think. Julian, thank you for my next beer. Cheers to you, man. I appreciate that. You all are so kind. So kind and generous. Alrighty, folks. Well, does anyone have any last minute questions before we wrap up? My phone was at 20% a little while ago. But luckily, my electricity is pretty good at charging up my phone. I'm thinking about getting it upgraded so that when it gets colder, I can use my hot water kettle and maybe get a space heater. I don't know. So I'm thinking of getting my electricity upgraded, but it is pretty good at charging my phone, so I'm not worried. Cookie says, I gotta say goodnight. Oh, been a great live. It has been. Thank you so much, Cookie. Thank you for your generosity and your being here, and I just appreciate you so much. Oh, I can't find my phone charger. Mine got buried. Alan says, any other through hikes on your agenda? Yeah, I mentioned earlier I'm thinking about doing the Appalachian Trail next. Yes. Doing the AT, I'm thinking about it. Sometimes I'm kind of scared about committing to it because it's so long. My longest hike has been like 3 weeks, and the AT takes like 6 months, so that's gonna be crazy, but I also really want to do it. Ron says, love your videos and shorts. Keep up the great work. Oh, yay. Stay safe and thank you. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you. Comorbid said PCT in your future one day? I don't think so. I'm not a PCT gal. Hiking in the desert kind of intimidates me, and just, man, I don't know. The PCT just seems like so extreme, so crazy. I'm sure the AT, here's my phone charger, the AT will be hard too in its own way, I'm sure, but PCT is just intimidating to me. Alrighty, folks, I don't see any more last minute questions, so I'm gonna say goodnight. Comorbid said, I heard there's rattlesnakes everywhere too. Yes, exactly. Rattlesnakes, mountain lion, grizzly bears. No thank you from me. Keep killing it. Thank you. Appreciate that. Wendy says, good night, Maddie, in chat. Stay safe, or safe travels. Alan says, good night to everyone. Miscellaneous BS says, bye. Jimmy Malone, you're here. Too bad you're just coming in on the end of things. Aquest says, good morning. Alrighty, well, good night, you all. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your evening. Stay safe. Good night.